Thank you for that. Mr. Meurs, I just want to ask you something. Allow me to explain the backdrop. The U.S. ambassador, in company of other ambassadors and high commissioners, would have been escorted out of the GCOM building at one time. And well, they walked out. They walked out after seeing what was happening there. And that didn't go down well on a lot of persons. But, sir, the language of diplomacy seems to not have been understood by politicians. Now, you have worked in a number of countries. And the language of diplomacy, how better can it be expressed then to recalcitrants, to politicians who refuse? And please allow me 30 seconds to explain this. So 2 weeks ago, a week ago, U.S. Secretary of State said, I have instructed my department to look into those people. Yesterday, Secretary of State said, there is visa revocations are here and it is implemented. Sir, has something been wrong with the language, the diplomatic language, that it has not been reaching through?
Let me say this, Mr. Mario, and I don't speak for Ambassador Lynch, and I don't speak for the embassy. I hadn't had contact with either. But I've seen sanctions play out in many countries. Mm-hmm. And what's remarkable to me is the speed in which these sanctions have been announced and the coordinated manner that they've been carried out with Canada in the UK. And what President Granger and the cabal behind him need to know is that this reflects the world's consensus. CARICOM, OAS, the United States, Canada, the UK, Brazil, all of them are rejecting the APNU's pseudo-legalistic tactics of hiding behind a dubious interpretation of the Constitution and endlessly using the courts to stay in power and to avoid recognizing the results of a free and fair election and an efficient and well-executed recount of the votes. The world has concluded that 4 months later, it's time for the new government to take place and for the will of the Guyanese people to be recognized. And this is not unilateral sanctions by the United States. It's not a symbolic act. A lot of effort has gone into a coordinated levy of sanctions by many different countries. And it's going to be quickly followed, I think, by sanctions from the EU and from Guyana's neighbors. And Granger needs to understand that the United States is not acting alone. It's not an isolated gesture that can be shrugged off.
Thank you.